Hey guys, once again, welcome you all to English Master Forever. Today's discussion's topic is punctuations in research methodology. First, let us see in academic writing, it is essential to use accurate punctuation as it helps to strengthen arguments in the text. The most commonly used punctuations are periods and commas. Periods are used when abbreviations are denoted. Then it is also used as three consecutive periods in ellipses, which denote certain omissions from the original text. And commas are used between elements within each container and within the author's name. For example, the author's name is reversed here and the title of the source is followed by a period and then the title of the container, comma, version, comma, publisher, comma, and the publication date, period. Then there are certain exceptions in works-cited list. For example, square brackets. The researcher should enclose the missing information in the source in square brackets to show that it did not come from the source. If the publication date is approximate, the researcher should use circa. And if you're uncertain about the accuracy of the information, then you may add a question mark to the date. Add the city in square brackets after the publication, that is the name of a locally published newspaper, if the newspaper doesn't contain it. For example, the city name is given beside the locally published newspaper and it is given in square brackets. To be noted is, do not italicize the city name. The researcher need not add the city name for nationally published newspapers. Next exception is forward slash. When multiple pieces of information is presented for a single element, for example, you may take more than one publisher, then the researcher should separate it with a forward slash. For example, Sigmund Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams has two publishers, then it must be separated by a forward slash. Next, punctuations in the in-text citation. First, we have noted what punctuations and the exceptions in the works-cited list. Next, we'll come to the in-text citation, how you must punctuate in it. Basic parenthetical citations need no punctuation, but when parenthetical citations grow complex, they must be punctuated for clarity. Separate citations of multiple sources in a single parenthesis by semicolons. If you are taking or you are borrowing from multiple sources, then in the in-text citation, you must punctuate it, that is, separate it by semicolons. For example, Levi-Strauss' work and Michel Foucault's work, if you take it, then both are from different sources, then you must separate it by semicolons. Next comes different locations in a single source. This is separated by a comma. For example, the author is same, the borrowed author, but the material in which you are citing has different locations, then you must separate it by a comma. Multiple works by the same author should be cited using the term and. So you can use the word and in between multiple works, but the author is the same. The researcher's explanation for the alteration of a quotation is cited by a semicolon. For example, for your emphasis, if you're citing your emphasis on that quotation or just you have to alter a quotation, then you must cite it by a semicolon, the in-text citation. When it is neither a page number nor line number, it is usually preceded by a label identifying the type of part which you are using. For example, Baron is maybe the author's name, it is separated by a comma. And paragraph is abbreviated followed by a period. Chapter is abbreviated to CH, which is followed by a period. Next, we'll focus on the punctuations for non-English works. To begin with the parenthesis, the translation must be followed by the next sources. So you must first begin the parenthesis with the translation for non-English works. Then the punctuation used must be semicolon. For example, at the beginning of Dante's Inferno, he finds himself in una selva obscura. So here the translation, that is the parenthesis, should start with the translation followed by the semicolon, that is the punctuations, and whatever the next sources like cantos and whatever you may take for your research. Next comes two successive parentheses. At this point of time, you have to punctuate, that is, both information must be enclosed in a single parenthesis. First, put the relevant one, and then you must add the other information in square brackets. The example is given below for your understanding. Okay guys, hope you have enjoyed this video, and stay tuned to English Master Forever for all your updates. Please do subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you all.